Well, blessed morning, friends, folks. We made it here to Friday. It is April 5th, 2024. So, no further ado, I'm kind of going to dive into this here book's lesson a bit, but I have a I have my own study plus testimony to speak of because it strikes my heart this morning. I'm going to use half of what Sarah Young's got here. She has, as you go through this day, trust me to provide the strength that you need moment by moment. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my spirit, and deterrent is a fancy 50-cent word for discouragement, a discouraging word. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my spirit. If you're feeling discouraged, you may think, what am I going to do? You'll think about everything, but you may have been saved already by the Lord, but you're not giving it to the Lord, and then you're like, something happens, then you're humble, you're like, Lord, help me, I need help. You're perplexed, but not destroyed. But I believe you should obviously give it to him in the first place, but we're made of flesh. Our five senses want to try and override the spirit. The spirit is always at war with the flesh. Let the spirit win. And instead of spinning, you'll get traction. You're going to march on as the Lord's soldier. Your weakness is not a deterrent, a discouragement to being filled with my spirit. On the contrary, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. By depending on the Most High God, you're going to get an answer. And remember, He's already raised you up in the right hand of victory in the first place. As you go through this day, trust me to provide the strength that you need moment by moment. Don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. Remember, He fully equips you for the battle. My spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. This is the basis for your confidence in quietness, spending time alone with me, and confident trust, relying on my sufficiency is your strength. In your weakness, He's at His strongest. One of the things that comes to mind when I think of this, December 23rd, 2021, when Annie crossed the stars at 6 o'clock that morning, my world was shook. And right here at the job, we got awarded $3,300 for working through COVID time. It was a very nice thing for the city to do, a great thing, because we risked our lives during that time. I didn't get mine yet. I didn't care. My mind was on Annie crossing, and I was bombed. My brother, Kevin McRae, who I've known here since I've been working here ever since June of 2009, he came by the house and he gave me $200, and I about collapsed. Almost went down. He had to hold me up. I'm heavy, man. I'm about as heavy as a Terminator. He picked me up at the old house, the old ghetto house, 1702A, and he walked me into the kitchen with compassion. This is what Jesus does when He carries you through the sand. And he set me down. We talked. Kevin heard what I had to say. My brother, he took it. Him and his wife, they had a loss of their son here in January, and I went to their apartment, and I went in there with compassion. Never forget when Kevin did. It's not about, well, you did this, so I'm going to do this. It's about brotherly love, and this is what the Lord has in us. Sisterly love. Love each other as brothers and sisters. Have compassion. In our weakness, He's at His strongest. Kevin was in his weakness, and I bought out God's strength, and that's love. Love suffers long, and love endures everything, especially with the loss of a loved one. My pastor, she tells us death either makes us bitter or makes us better. Well, look what happened when they killed Jesus. You know what happened? There's everlasting life. There's eternity waiting for us. He gave His life so that we could have it more abundantly. That is love, and that love can never be matched. We could die a martyr, but we can't die for other people because we're flesh. But to Jesus, He did this so that we could all go home to the kingdom of heaven. That brings back compassion as His disciple to help the people, especially in their weakest time. And their weakest time is going to be when their spouse passes, their mom passes, their dad passes, grandma and grandpa, so forth and so on. I lost my mom, but nothing hurts me more than the loss of Annie. I still love her. Still my wife, as far as I'm concerned. My Cheyenne, my Tissistop, babe, Mohe Hot Wind and Magpie Feather Woman. But He showed me compassion that day. And love is not irritable. Love does not think of itself first. It puts itself last. Love suffers long and love endures everything. If you don't know anything from the word, know this about love. And love will show you treat others the way you want to be treated. But when you have God's love, when you get treated bad, you're still going to show them love. And that's one of the hardest things to do. But once you start doing it, you are truly representing the right hand of victory. Be blessed. Your night journey.